mostly. We typically will use it to send out Steam keys for alphas and stuff.
Freebies from like Cipher Prime,
Yep.
you know, free musical tracks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's sort of like it's our fan club. But yeah, we do drop us an email, and that way we can get you on like sort of our press list too.
Cool, thank you.
Absolutely.
That reminded me, I saw you guys speak at Game Loop a couple years ago about marketing, and you mentioned some of the creative things you do, like do like exclusive indie games for your mailing list and stuff. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you guys approach marketing and like some of the more creative ways like that.
Yeah, well, you know, the first tenet, and I'll be brief and it over to Rohit. We view marketing and game design as two sides of the same coin. The minute we start thinking about a game, we think about the marketing of it, right? So instead of doing yet another Halo clone, we do a base jumping game where the primary mechanic is flipping people off. And then everything unfolds from that.
Yeah, but I think so. The important thing to note about it, and Ichiro said, this is something that Ichiro says all the time. So it's not that we set out to make a game and say, how can we come up with the coolest gimmick that will sell? It's less that and more that we say, how can we come up with a game that's really fun? But if we're going to make a game, there's that many games that are fun. Let's make sure that if we make one that's fun, that it's also marketable. So we absolutely focus on making fun games first. But in the same token, we try to make sure that the game is inherently marketable because of its theme or because of the title or the combination of things. So with that said, what we often do is we'll test stuff along the way. Like for example, with we started by just announcing the name, and that got people excited. And we said, oh, that was kind of slightly unexpected. I mean, we thought people would get excited, but they got really excited about the name. And then we just started putting stuff out in press releases that didn't actually exist in the game yet. We said, in this game, you'll be able to flip people off for points. And then people got excited about it, and we said, okay, I guess we'll put that in the game. Stuff like that. So we've done things like that. We haven't.
Well, to put it another way, we smoke a lot of. No, we. You guys have all been in a situation where you're sitting there in a group of maybe a half dozen or 3 or 4 people, and you're brainstorming ideas, and suddenly everything becomes like kind of wacky, right? You start thinking of these great ideas where you play a floorboard in I don't know, in somebody's living room, and your objective is to look up all of the skirts of the men and women who, skirts and kilts. And then somebody else will say, oh, yeah, and okay, I have this idea for a game where you play cow urine as the protagonist or whatever. And a lot of the times that we as developers do this, we say, hey, guys, come on, let's get serious. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of studios make, and we try not to do the let's get serious part. We say, hey, let's take this to the next step. Let's do something funny with that. So a name, or sending out a game about eating bad fugu nigiri, or or what have you.
I mean, I think if you talk to a lot of the press, one of the things they say is a lot of them like to talk about indie games, not because they think they're going to make a ton of money talking about indie games, but because there are good stories with indie developers. What is Ichiro doing? So we certainly try to give them a good story to talk about, and sometimes that's the name, sometimes it's some element of the game, and we try to build our game such that there is a good story.
Is this distracting you?
It is distracting.
I'm sorry, I was trying to.
Watch out, something might fall out and then we'll be screwed again.
No, I feel like that's such a Will Stallwood thing to have done. So I'm channeling Will.
I'm proud of you.
Sorry.
So where the hell were we?
I don't know, man.
So I will say that I guess we're constantly trying new things. So with me on board full time, that means we have more time. So how do we use all this time to do bigger, better, crazier things that we couldn't do before?
Let's drink a lot and just have fun with it.
Yo, what do your wives think about you guys being game developers?
My wife is on contract and does a bunch of the narrative work. So.
Yeah.
And she's also upstairs with our new living room set and our fireplace, and like my half of our income paid for that, and therefore she loves it.
Yeah, my wife is currently okay with it, but it's only been 4 days, so we'll see how that goes. Ask me in a year.
Says the man with a two-seater BMW parked out front.
Yeah, but that was the corporate job that paid for that. So anyway, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, we obviously Dejobaan's been around for a while. How many years? 12, 13 years now.
14.
14 years. So we are, for what it's worth, I guess, sort of an established indie, and we're trying to grow that. But I think my wife and my parents and her parents were certainly a little nervous. They said, "Wait, so he's leaving a well-paid corporate job that he could stay at forever to do what?" And so yeah, we get that. I'm sure you probably don't get that anymore, but I get that a little bit. But it's one of these things.
I never worked for corporate America.
No, but I mean, you get the you make games.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's basically I don't have any kids. I don't have any puppies. We'll manage. This is one of those things. It's fun. It's exciting. If I don't do it now, then when?
Yeah.
So. And I suspect a lot of you guys are looking at this saying, "Look, I enjoy playing games. I enjoy making games. I'm just gonna give it a shot. If you don't give it a shot, you don't know." So, yeah.
3 more minutes. So guys, we really have like a few more minutes. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't know. So once again, let's
Here, you want to sit? All right.
How do we look?
You guys look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I don't know much about the Philly scene, and I would love to meet a bunch of you guys that I haven't. Right? Well, isn't Tim Ambrosi down there as well?
Yeah.
He hates us. He's not here today.
Why does Tim hate you?
No, he's just not here tonight.
Tim's an asshole for not being here tonight. I mean, I would love to know. I already asked you guys who's going to come up to PAX, and then GDC.
GDC.
All right, so GDC
nice.
is great.
Sweet.
I like to make personal connections, so I hope to meet all of you guys. We're going to go to Shalimar, which is what is it? It's a.
We'll have to get Shalimar to cater
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point with some of you, but yeah, you should. So how many people here haven't been to San Francisco? Anyone who hasn't been to San Francisco? All right. Couple people? All right. So couple of things. Make sure you do, and find us. We'll all be doing this. So first of all, there's the PAX Devs Google
Group. Yes.
So we set up a PAX Google group every year. If Will hasn't told you about this, it's because he's hoarding it to himself, and so definitely talk to him about that. Get on that list, and so we'll use that to pull people together to say, hey, we're gonna go to Shalimar to get the best I guess Pakistani food in the north in North America, I think. And then we'll use it to go and get beard papas, which are the best cream puffs that I've had.
That's the GDC awesome. Devs. So there's a PAX Devs and a GDC.
Oh, sorry,
Devs.
I meant GDC Devs.
Also I'm sorry. I'm actually not asking you a question. This is telling you about shit. But so it's in service to getting to know you guys.
Yep.
So join the list. We'll see you in San Francisco and in Philly. And if you're not signed up for the Mojang party yet, then get signed up for the Mojang party, and we'll see you there because there's hookers and blow.
Which is not something we're into, but that's just what they do at the Mojang party.
Hey, forget the blackjack.
Yeah.
I was totally at that party last year, and it was the best, but I can't make it this year to GDC.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think the party was insane. It was just like there were 3 groups. There was the proletariat down on the floor. There were the VIPs, which is anybody who is an indie developer. That's all. Everybody.
I did not make it up to the indie developers tier, so that was sad news for me. I didn't know how to get up there.
Wasn't it creepy because you could see the promised land and the free booze?
I did. Just as I was walking out, like John Romero walked up into the VIP section. I was like, hi, because I was like totally out of it already. So.
It was crazy. It was misogynistic, and there was probably cocaine in the back. But we didn't.
So okay,
Yeah,
I'll try a couple
crazy.
questions. Who here has put out a game? And who here put out a game in 2012? Or who's put out a game in the last couple of years? All right. Who here is working on a game they're gonna get out this year, 2013? Oh, that's exciting. All right. So as you start to work on that, and
We need more.
yeah, no, so definitely, like, I mean, send us what you're working on, and reach out if we can help in any way.
Cool.
And tell us, bring your stuff to GDC and show it off so people can see it.
Yeah. I mean, we do this in the so I imagine you guys do the same thing in the Philly area. In the Boston area, we're very supportive of each other, and we like to chat and like bash the shit out of each other's games. So I would love to get a Boston-Philly connection going. I don't know how to do that, but maybe this is the start of it.
Yeah, it's close enough that we should be able to try to do something. That's not a bad idea.
If you guys want, we'll do a 12-hour game jam against you guys.
You are on.
Yeah.
I will be single by the end of it, but
12-hour game jam.
Okay, fair enough.
Too bad. We could.
One day, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m.
I know there's a bunch of folks in Boston who are in game jams all the time. So yeah.
They don't ship anything.
Hey, that's not nice.
Cool.
Cool. Good stuff.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
StarCraft 2?
Do you play StarCraft?
I played StarCraft 1 very heavily back in the day, but I'm afraid.
That's terrible.
So Ray just posted a message. I guess he can't speak. He said, "You can start by coming to Game Loop in May." That's right. There's a Philly Game Loop.
There's a Philly game loop.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do like Philly, so.
You guys can sleep in my bed.
I've slept in Will's bed. It's moist.
This guy right here is moist. No, it's not. Sorry. Cool. Anyone have any final questions before we jump on? Sweet. No. Cool. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Round of applause.
Yeah. Thank you guys. It was a pleasure, and we'll see you guys in Boston and in San Francisco.
Awesome.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya.